Hey guys, and welcome to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. It's the weekend, and what does that mean, guys? Well, that means it's time for that weekly news roundup. As always, we will begin with FPGA gaming news, the MiSTer, the Analogue Pocket, and well, any other FPGA gaming news out there. Now, timestamps are available. Use those to navigate your way around the video. Before we go further in, guys, I do have a Patreon set up if you wish to further support the channel. And finally, don't forget to check out the awesome sponsor of the Saturday weekly news video, MiSTer Add-ons, a family-run business where you can get all your MiSTer needs taken care of, whether it's a full setup or just bits and bobs. Let's kickstart this week's episode by having a look at what Handheld and team have been up to. So we're going to go through some graphical fixes that have been implemented, mainly on Konami stuff. But there's an upcoming game, and this isn't something I've played in the arcade, but I'm very interested in it, and I'll explain why. So this is called Tehkan World Cup. I'm having difficulty saying that, but it's spelled Tehkan. I think it was later released for consoles such as the NES as Tecmo World Cup, so you may know it better as that. But the reason I'm very much attracted to this game is it reminds me of games that I used to play growing up here in London. One was called Kickoff, and the one that I preferred was one called Sensible Soccer. It was a bird's eye view. It was a bird's eye view football soccer game, and yes, it was very fun, and this reminds me of that, so I'm kind of looking forward to this. But just to go over the rest of the fixes, so the first one, fixed missing button free, missing OSD option for dip switches, and shadow problems on Konami's X-Men. So the Konami core that was released a couple of weeks ago for the MiSTer Analogue Pocket, I think the CD128 as well, that should see some graphical improvements. Next up, fixed the title logo did not display correctly, and that's for Sunset Riders, again another Konami title. And then next up, fix some images missing on The Simpsons, and in particular when The Simpsons intro goes and you get the TV set, the color was incorrect on the TV set. That has now been corrected, and as well as that, they fixed some problems with the horizontal lines on Parodius Star, as well as fixing a glitch when a blue belt explosion is used on Parodius Star. So yeah, interesting bunch of fixes. If any of those issues were bugging you, try them out now. They should be resolved. But yeah, we've got Tehkan World Cup coming up at some point, and that's something I'm very much looking forward to. So this is really good news. I know many of you guys were really looking forward to this, and you know what, the time has now come. So Salamander, Life Force, the different variants of it are now available for the MiSTer FPGA via Update All, and this is courtesy of core developer Ranny. Someone actually asked Ranny over on Twitter, you know, are you going to do it for the Pocket? Or they kind of said do it for the Pocket, and Ranny actually said that they are awaiting a developer unit. So hopefully Ranny will get that developer unit soon, and they'll start porting their cores across to the Pocket. Personally, I'm a big fan of these Konami shmups. I kind of know most of them as horizontal ones, but Salamander goes into vertical parts as well. So grab this for the MiSTer now. You will enjoy it. You will have a fun time, and I really hope this stuff comes over to the Pocket in the near future. Absolutely superb work, Ranny. Love it. While we celebrate Salamander hitting Update All, and all of you guys should be enjoying that now, Ranny is also working on bringing TwinBee over to the MiSTer FPGA. Now, they initially said they would hope to bring this out in October, but things like life get in the way, people get busy, and now they're saying that hopefully it will be out in November. It's something that I'm looking forward to. I like the Konami shmups. I like the Konami shmups, the shooters. I say it all the time, and TwinBee is a fun vertical shooter from Konami. Although guys, I can't give you specific details about every little update this core has received in the last week, I can tell you that Slammy, the developer on this, is very active. If you want to see and catch up with all the latest with what is happening with this core, I remember last week we spoke about the core getting sound, which was a big step. If you want to get involved, head over to the MiSTer FPGA Discord. I'll leave a link to it in the description. Go under the core section and Philips CDI and get involved. This core is making progress. It's absolutely fantastic to see it, and hopefully when there's something a little bit more significant, obviously getting the sound was significant, but next time it reaches a milestone, hopefully I'll have a bit of time and I can do another dedicated video. But this is something I never really played, but I'm still looking forward to it, man. I mean, who doesn't like these cartoons? TZ MWX. Those are 5 letters in that particular order we should all remember. I featured them on the channel multiple times and I don't think this will be the last time. Let's translate this tweet over here. Now that we've translated it from Chinese using Google, it says updated the MiSTer portable shell. After trying it for a few days, I will share the shell 3D printing file with you. So any tinkerers out there that want to make their own MiSTer handheld, well, you may well be able to do that soon when these files are shared. For the whole part, I like the fact it's got 6 face buttons. If I wanted to play fighters on there, then yeah, it would be very, very good playing my favorite Street Fighter game on there. But let me know what you guys kind of think. But I love seeing ingenuity like this, man. Just innovation. It's inspiring. In this section, we're going to talk about the MiSTer Pi, the DE10 Nano alternative from Tachyclone. You're probably wondering, why have I got the Analog 3D on screen? Well, you can see this tweet here where the comment, well, Matt's kind of pointing out here, aka Sega Snatchers, that people always say, why get Analog 3D when you can just have a MiSTer? And guys, there's arguments for both. I like the MiSTer, but the Analog 3D definitely serves a use case. If you've got cartridges, there's a lot of ease of use there. You get more of a console experience straight out of the box. So there's no right or wrong here. It's whatever works for you. Like, you know, the 3D might not be something that I particularly really want, even though it's something I can appreciate. So different strokes for different folks. But I'm not really talking about the 3D here. We'll probably get into that later in the video. What we're looking at over here is the responses to it. So QRAG here says, if someone ever makes an affordable less than $700 MiSTer with the IO on the back like a normal console, then it would be a decent argument. And Tachyclone comes in here, says, hold my beer and the extra $500 you won't need. And some more questions here. Is this the back of the flagship, like brackets PVM? And Tachy responds, no, the flagship has video input and output. This is one, or the one that is showing, they've given them code names, right? So this is, I think, R1 or just one. Anyway, let's have a look at this tweet here because this is interesting. So an update to, okay, so right, what's the question here? Let's have a look at here. Okay, so dear Mr. Pi, how long do I have to keep pressing the F5 key? Can you help my finger and tell me from when I should start strangling this key again? And Tachyclone replies, we'll update here and via email to subscribed website accounts in advance of batch 2 going on sale. So guys, you don't necessarily need to check, just check Tachyclone on Twitter or subscribe to the Retro Remake website. Maybe they've got a newsletter or something and you get notified of it. Usually there'll be ample notice. You'll get like a day, maybe even 2 days that this is the time it will go live. So dude, whatever your name is up here, name, take a little break, man. Give your finger a rest, then stop hitting that F5 and I don't know, like, chill out a little bit, man. Have a bit of fun. But yeah, hopefully batch 2 will be going live soon. I know it's supposed to be at October the 8th and we are way overdue. So hopefully everything will start coming together soon and all of you guys waiting for a batch 2 will be able to get a batch 2 MiSTer Pi. The TapTo project is always moving forward. Honestly, it moves forward so quickly, I can't even bring you all the updates that this project has, but I will bring you some. So let's have a look at this tweet here from Dan vs Pixels. I created a drive bay for my MiSTer Pi to house a TapTo drive designed by Raspberry 1337. Nice and snug cable management too, maybe too snug. The case is laser cut and etched and a few tags in. Guys, that looks nice if that's something you want. I'll leave a tweet to this. I don't know if the designs or anything are available, but what you're seeing here, I will leave a reference to this tweet. Having a look at the next tweet now. So this is from Wizzo. So Wizzo here saying, more TapTo stock is now up on my shop. So if you want to get something and you want to support Wizzo and get something in return, consider checking out Wizzo's shop. The shop has also moved to a new address. Check here from now on. So I'll leave a link to the new shop if you do want to check that out and you want to get stuff from Wizzo. Now I know Wizzo's stuff, whenever he puts a batch on there, it does sell out rather quickly, but he does restock frequently. So just keep an eye on that if that's something you want. And then we've got something here from Bedroom Ninja. I will be adding new TapTo NFC reader color options to my Ko-fi shop over the next couple of days. First up is blue. Get yours from, again, and this is Bedroom Ninja shop. If you want any of these products, find the links in the description. So you saw the Analog 3D and you thought, wow, I really wish the MiSTer looked closer to that. Well, a member of the MiSTer FPGA Discord known as Fawn, FWWN said, well, hold my beer, and this is what they came back with. Now, if you want more information on this, head over to the MiSTer FPGA Discord. Once you've joined, I'll leave a direct link to where I got this information from, and you can fire away with any questions you can have, including getting the files if you want to 3D print this yourself. But there's a couple of images for it, and for the whole part, it looks really good. I know it looks like a Nintendo 64, but it also reminds me a little bit of Darth Vader. Absolutely love all the stuff the community do. Just stuff like this. It just makes the MiSTer and all the FPGA gaming projects so darn interesting. Great work, Fawn. Something new here from the multi-system. So another new multi-system SNAC cartridge in the shop. SNES dual port that also supports the multi-tap. You can use this SNAC cartridge on the multi-system cartridge port or with a MiSTer FPGA stack via the user SNAC port. And guys, here for the whole part, nice looking design. Here we go, and what we got over here. So what other SNAC cartridges would you like to see made for the multi-system and a MiSTer? So if you want to see different cartridges made, links in the description. Maybe you want to chuck in your 2 cents. I always say I'm a big fan of Ranny Snice and his amazing artwork, in particular the wallpapers that he has provided for the MiSTer FPGA. Now, I've got a whole bunch of wallpapers on there. Every time I reboot my MiSTer, I get a different image up. But I use HDMI screens. I don't have a CRT, so I didn't actually know that were the same or similar, or it wasn't available for CRT because I've never tested it on a CRT, so I didn't actually know. So this tweet here from Ranny Snice will be a breath of fresh air and some great news for CRT users, where Ranny says, I've neglected the CRT community for too long. Available now on Update Tool 4x3 wallpapers for MiSTer FPGA. Okay, yeah, so the ones I use are 16:9. Maybe it's just the aspect ratio specifically made for CRTs. And I know a lot of you guys play your MiSTers with CRTs. If you're not using Ranny Snice wallpapers, definitely check them out. Enable them via Update Tool, and yeah, you can just cycle through so many. What you can do as well, for example, the way I have them set up, I'm not using the Update All script. I've downloaded them manually because if there's a game I'm not really fond of, I don't want to see it up there. So I've kind of chose, like, out of all his wallpapers, I've chosen like to have 70% of them and not having 30. The important thing is you can customize your MiSTer how you like. You can just have that one button press where it cycles for everything. You can pick one wallpaper and just leave that one if you like, or you can cycle through your favorites. Ranny Snice does an absolutely awesome job with the wallpapers, and it just makes turning on the MiSTer just absolutely awesome, because I just don't know what I'm gonna get out of the selection that I have chosen. I received this item in the mail. I haven't actually gone to pick it up yet. So this is from PowerUp, the PowerUp guys. They're the guys that have made those grips for the Analogue Pocket. The grips for the whole part, I've always said they're very comfortable, but I do find they're very expensive, especially when buying them from outside the USA. So they sent me this ceramic kit. And it's some kind of liquid that goes on screens and it protects it from scratches. I haven't actually tried this out yet. If I do, I'll do a community post or just update in a video what I think of it. I may not actually use this on my Analogue Pocket or any of my devices, but I may use it on my wife's phone because she just scratches and destroys those things. So it's a ceramic kit, and their description here says, if you want to protect the surface of your Analogue Pocket, smartphone or other device, you should consider ceramically coating it. Ceramic coating has become mainstream in the automotive industry due to its ability to protect surfaces. Ceramic coating is a liquid that is applied to the surface, e.g. a car's paint, your phone or your handheld. So that's like the general gist of it. I just thought I'd mention it because I did receive this item for free, but what I can't tell you is what the performance is like because I just haven't gotten around to collecting it or actually trying it out yet. What's going on with the Analogue 3D? So the Analogue 3D was launched for pre-orders. You could place your pre-order. It was 4 p.m. UK time on Monday. It was like 8 a.m. in America, or a certain part of America. Now, I'm seeing a trend here because the white model sold out first. The black one is still available for pre-order if you want to go and grab yourself one now. I'm seeing a trend here. White just always seems to sell out first when it comes to analog devices. And I'm particularly referring to like the base models of the Analogue Pocket, and in this case now the Analogue 3D. So yeah, if you want to get one, who knows how long it's going to be around for, when the pre-order kind of campaign will end. But if you want to get one now in black, they are available. You've got the controllers here as well, but the controllers just take you to an Amazon link, so you can grab those there, and they're fairly priced. So I guess there won't be any delivery on that if you've got Prime. I just got an analog, like the ultimate USB-C, the upgraded controller with Hall effect sticks. I'm a big fan of controllers, no doubt this will be a good controller. And another public service announcement, if you did want to grab yourself an Analogue Pocket, see what I said, the white is definitely more popular. So white is out of stock, but if you wanted to get yourself just a vanilla black Analogue Pocket, it's $219.99. I prefer saying $220, so $220 you can get one. The limited edition ones are usually $30 more at $250, unless we're talking about the aluminium ones, and they're like $500. So Analogue Pocket in black available, Analog 3D in black available. And I just wanted to point out, because people are always talking about jailbreaks, here's the GitHub page /AnalogJB. You might want to bookmark this. I know we're still some time away. It's like March, right, when the Analog 3D ships. But if you want to bookmark this, if a jailbreak does come out, very possible this is where it will get posted first. So maybe you want to turn on some kind of notifications for it or something. So if something does drop on this after you have your 3D and a jailbreak is released, you guys will be notified about it. Naturally, I'll try and keep you updated with everything FPGA gaming as I can, but you know what, I just thought I would mention this because a lot of people are talking about a jailbreak even though it's still in the pre-order stage. Last week, I'm pretty sure it was last week, right, we spoke about the MDTang, so the Mega Drive core, the Genesis core for the MiSTer FPGA being ported over to the Tang series of FPGA. So the developer doing the porting is Nantamario. So a quick write-up about the MDTang core. It talks about the fractional scaling frame buffer and dealing with timing closure problems. And if you're interested in FPGA core development, then you might want to go through this lengthy post that Nantamario has written. In fact, it's not too lengthy, but there's definitely a lot of effort gone into it. And if you're into development, this is something that will benefit you. An interesting tweet here from Antonio Villena, where Antonio says the list of cores of NeptUNO Plus is growing thanks to the community behind, and you've got the GitHub link there. It has bigger FPGA than MiSTer, so there are cores that will never fit in the MiSTer, like the Mega 65. So this isn't something I've had any experience with. Even if it's got a larger FPGA than a MiSTer, I really still like my MiSTer. And there you go, here's a list of cores here. So what we've got here, so computers, all different types here. We've got consoles or video consolas, how you probably say it in Spanish. So we've got stuff like the SNES, the NES, SMS nuked, okay, Psycho Accurate Master System core. And for the arcade, we've got some Hotego cores, stuff like CPS1 and CPS2 there as well, CPS 1.5, CPS2. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of cores on there, man, a whole bunch of JT cores. Going further down, so there is quite a lot of cores on here. So some of the Alpha Denchi stuff, again, like I don't know much about the system, but it seems like there's a lot of cores for it. Actually, if you know about it, if you own one, I'm interested in like what do you think of it. If you've got a MiSTer and you've got this, what is your comparison like of it? What do you think of it? But guys, there's a whole bunch of cores here, and if all these cores play well, it looks like a decent and viable option. But again, I'll say it again, guys, if you've got one and you're using it, and especially if you've got one and the MiSTer, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Always interested, but seeing the amount of cores on this, I can't say, you know, I'm definitely intrigued. We're talking about the SuperSEGA, just a couple of videos that I have done on them. And guys, the team behind SuperSEGA, they released like a bunch of videos saying that this is our board, this is cores running. And honestly, it raised more red flags than giving anyone any type of confidence out there. Holes were picked in everything that they did. We had people with technical knowledge, you know, people that have developed cores, people that have worked on hardware, just picking out flaws on everything that they showed. So I've actually offered in my recent video, I've said to SuperSEGA, if you want to come on the channel with your technical person on a live stream Q&A, because they did come on last time for a live stream Q&A. Unfortunately, the person that came on was Alejandro. He just wasn't a technical guy and really couldn't answer any of the questions. But if they've got a technical guy, they're welcome to come on, because based on the comments and even this video that I did here, like 99% of the comments are calling this project vaporware and a scam. So Who knows what it is, guys, but at the moment, based on the community feedback, and that's from just members of the community, gamers, potential customers, as well as developers and hardware makers, no one has confidence in this product. So let's see how it goes. Let's see. They haven't been in contact with me yet, but I did put that video out last night. If they get in contact with me and they want to answer questions, they're welcome to do so. I will host them live like I did previously on the channel, and hopefully if they take us up on it and they've got a core developer that they are using and that can answer questions, difficult questions that are put to them, then maybe some positive light can be shed on this project. But at the moment, this is pretty much like 99.75% negativity. Guys, if you were a regular on this channel, you know I have a big bias for handheld gaming. It's where I do most of my gaming when I'm not filming stuff for YouTube. In fact, some of my YouTube stuff I even film on handhelds because we've got powerful PCs or powerful devices in the palm of a hand that can capture high quality footage. So a tweet here from Red Herring 32, an absolutely awesome and very talented person, and it's saying, I built a portable Xbox. This isn't a PC handheld. It isn't emulation. This is a real motherboard from a real Xbox. It has a 9-inch 480p display, pure digital video audio, 100-watt USB-C charge and play, and I'm currently adding Wi-Fi 6 for wireless Xbox Live functionality. Yes, really. Okay, so when it comes to Xbox Live functionality, I can't remember what the project is called. Is it Signia or something like that, where you can go online with your original Xbox? They've made a whole service. You can do it via an emulator, I think, but you can do it via original hardware as well. Now, guys, I've always, when I'm playing the latest machine, I'm always like, wow, I would love to have a handheld. I remember at one point I had a dream of having an Xbox 360 handheld, and that was mainly for playing Gears of War online. Even though we didn't get an Xbox 360 handheld, I had devices before the Steam Deck, stuff like GPD Win 1, 2. When the GPD Win Max came out, that's when it had a lot of good power, and I was like, wow, I'm actually playing Gears of War online, stuff like Titanfall 2 online in the palm of my hand. This would have been a dream come true. Just imagine playing, I don't know, I used to play Capcom versus SNK 2, Crimson Skies, Halo 2 a little bit, even though I wasn't great at it. Burnout 3 was a favorite, but just imagine that I can do that in the palm of my hand now on an actual handheld Xbox. This is amazing. This kind of popped out just after I finished the weekly news video, but the story was so awesome. I would have loved to feature it in last week's video or whenever I found out. But you know what, it's out there. I know most of you guys probably know about it already, but I had to put it in the video, man. This is fantastic. So I don't really know much about the Jaguar. You know, Jaguar was one of those things that I played in like Computer Exchange or some kind of store where they had it out there. I remember holding a controller. It was like holding a telephone. I can't remember what I played. I think it might have been like the Aliens versus Predator game. But one thing I can tell you, the BigPEmu, wowee, it really is that good. I remember trying it out and I was amazed. Even though I don't think much of the Jaguar, I have no nostalgia for it. Yes, I would like to see a Jaguar core come over to FPGA gaming, but that's for a preservation standpoint. Personally, from me playing it, I really don't care too much about it, but again, preservation is important. But Rich Whitehouse over here, checkered flag running at native resolution with gyroscope steering on my iPhone. I'm still accepting beta testers. See my Patreon account if you're interested. So guys, if you're interested in beta testing this, follow the link, head over to the Patreon, Rich Whitehouse's Patreon, and maybe you can be Jaguaring on your iPhone soon. Guys, this is amazing. So this is made with the Retro Fighter engine. You can see I'm reading it on screen here, but guys, this is Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo for the Commodore 64 and the C128. Look at it. Hold on, let's have a look at the intro. I think it uses like some of the assets here. It reminds me of Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Revival, even the kind of screen here where you select what mode you want and the character select screen. It reminds me of the Game Boy Advance version of Super Street Fighter 2 Revival. I'm a big Street Fighter fan, so yes, I played that one on the Game Boy as well, and I still like that game. It was a little bit weird playing it with 4 buttons, but you know what, if that was your best option when the Game Boy was around, that was your best option. But guys, this looks really good. Now this is something I do want to check out at some point, just when I get a bit of time, because look at that. Guys, imagine, just go back in time. Go back to when you had your Commodore 64 and you saw Street Fighter in the arcade. You would never imagine that you would have some kind of version of it, or at least one that looked this good. I mean, look at that. I can even see jiggle physics there on Chun-Li. Guys, it's phenomenal how good it is. There's my boy Jimmy, right? If you know who Jimmy is, you know who Jimmy is. But again, this is something I need to try. I tried the Capcom versus SNK 2 version that was out for, or the SNK versus Capcom or Capcom versus SNK for the Commodore 64. I've got a video on my channel, and for the whole part I was amazed by it, how it utilizes one button to get every move out. The game just darn works. And over here, look, you've got Cammy versus Clawman, and look at that, it just looks good. Fei Long, Sagat. Wow, this seriously guys, this is amazing. Now I'll leave a link to this video. If you head over to the description, it's got download links, so you can play this on devices such as your MiSTer, on original hardware, via an emulator, and hopefully the Analogue Pocket course should be able to play it as well. But guys, honestly, like, I'm blown away by how amazing this looks. I've featured the game database regularly, but I haven't featured them for a while, and the reason for that is they started indexing the NES, and the NES has a lot of games for it, the different variations. There's a lot of stuff for the NES, but the good news is Game Database have actually completed documenting the NES. So just having a look at this is a public Patreon post, guys. The day has finally arrived. The list of Famicom NES games is finally complete and organized in a glorious CSV file. Over 2,800 lines. What an adventure. In the previous 11 installments, I had talked about various interesting things I came across, and today I could discuss the U-Force of the hardware, bike, Very's inflatable motorcycle, but I'd rather focus on highlighting why this list is not just any list. Here comes the hefty part. I'll let you guys read the hefty part, but Game Database, we appreciate you. We appreciate the work that you do. It's important. You're fantastic, and congratulations on getting NES done. That is a beefy system to do. So guys, that wraps it up for this week. I really do hope you enjoyed this week's episode. If you did, then a subscription and a like is always super duper appreciated. Be absolutely awesome to one another, guys. This is Pixel Cherry Ninja out.